Welcome. I'm T Styles, and I teach writers how to build their book businesses through story structure, marketing, and publishing. So if that interests you, please like and subscribe right now. It really helps the channel. Okay, I want to show you something that is generally helps writers if you are in a situation where you want to write, you don't really necessarily know what story you want to write, but you need a little bit of guidance. So I want to show you how to use writing prompts, and it doesn't necessarily have to be from this amazing tool. It can be from any tool that you actually find out there, but I want to show you how you actually build upon a writer's prompt, okay? And this is just one way of many ways to do it. Now, say you come through here and you see some different genres, and I'm going to pick any one right here, and this was not planned. First of all, this is a generator, so what you'll get will be different each time. But I'm going to pick, let me see, I'm going to pick something that I don't normally use because I think that'll help a little bit better. Let's see. Going to scroll. Let me do young adult. I don't normally do young adult at all. So I'm going to do young adult for my selection. And then I'm going to hit submit. It takes a few seconds, but then it gives me an idea of something to write about. Actually, this is a bit longer than what we want. The young adult must be, I've done these prompts before. I haven't seen anything that long. So let me come out of here. I want something that's short that we really have to build upon. Not something where they give you so much information that, they pretty much giving you the story away. You can see why this is actually an amazing tool. So if you don't have any ideas, it'll help. Let's do paranormal. So I'm going to do paranormal. Okay, and let me uncheck that. Hit paranormal. And now they're saying on your 18th birthday, you notice unexplainable things happening around you. Objects seem to move. If you squint at them, faint golden sparks seem to shoot from your fingertips. Dreams of a handsome stranger with violet eyes plague you at night. At first, you chalk it up to your imagination, but a week after your birthday, the mysterious stranger from your dreams approaches you and reveals that you are a high-born fairy who was hidden in the human world as a baby for your protection. You are now coming into powerful arsenal of magic and are destined to be the ruler of a fairy kingdom that will fall apart if you continue residing in this human world. Let me tell you, I would not have selected this at all, but let me have some fun with this, okay? So what I'm showing you right now is a tool that I use to teach writers how to structure their novels. It's called a book outline checklist. This thing is amazing because it really forces you to understand your story before you write it, so it really saves you time. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to put an arbitrary date right here, even though it is the 19th. I'm going to put the 1/19, okay? And I don't have a name on here because with the book outline checklist, you really are in the beginning stages of trying to determine the story you are writing. So we're not going to put a book title right now, okay? And I'm going to come back later for the reason for writing the book. The reason for writing the novel is always important because there will be points throughout your story creation process where you get stuck. And by going back to the reason you're telling your story, you'll actually be able to find your way on more than one occasion. I have written 94 books right now, and I have yet to see this not be true. Okay, so what does my protagonist want? It says on your 18th birthday, you notice unexplainable things happening around you. So it seems like she wants to find out what her destination is. You are now coming into a powerful arsenal of magic and are destined to be the ruler of a fairy kingdom that will fall apart if you continue residing in the human world. So she wants to, I guess, learn her powers. So I'm going to put here, she wants to discover her powers in the fairy world. Because right now they say she's in human form. Okay, so I'm already getting some ideas. So since I know this is what she wants, what are 4 messy traits or environments preventing the goal? When I'm talking about messy traits, I'm talking about things that are preventing the character from getting what he or she wants. And one of the things, and it's not through no fault of her own, is that she is in the human form. So she's a human in a human world. So I'm actually allowing myself right now to just come up with some ideas based off of this prompt. What else could possibly stop her? Well, if she's young, I would say her parents. Her parents, wants her to focus on school. And the reason why I say this is almost to me sounds like a young adult type title, so I'm just going to roll with it. Okay, so what else could possibly stop her from finding or identifying her powers for this fairy world? She has no information, so she's clueless on why this is even happening to her, right? So now I'm already starting to get some ideas. And you can actually do this along with me if you want, because it will help you whenever you do any kind of story creations and the things that you do in terms of trying to find out your story. It can do nothing but help you. Okay. Now, the next thing I come to on this book outline checklist is what is the push out of the window moment. And the push out of the window moment is the moment that, but for this happening, the character's world would remain the same. No story can begin or go to its end without being clear. This moment is a moment that can't be overlooked. So it can't be something like somebody knocks on the door and say, hey, how are you? You owe me some money. And then the person say, no, I don't. And the person goes away. No, this moment is a moment that the main character has to deal with. Now, in my writing prompt, it says she has dreams of a handsome stranger with violet eyes. And she chalked it up to her imagination. But a week after her birthday, the mysterious stranger from her dreams approaches and reveals that you are Highborn. So to me, that is definitely a catalyst moment. So she gets a visit from a stranger that she is a Highborn. Okay, so already, again, I'm seeing this story materialize in front of my eyes, but I need more. How can your antagonist stop your protagonist from getting the goal? So first thing I want to identify is, who is my antagonist? Who is the person that's going to stop my character from discovering her powers in the fairy world? Because I know that's what her goal is. So it could be the parents. That's a little bit touche. But what if I have it being a friend? So a close friend. And the reason why I like this is because it's not somebody that you would normally expect. So the close friend. Okay, so since I know the close friend is the antagonist, how can she stop my character from getting what she wants? Well, first thing is, she is needy and focused on an upcoming trip. So in other words, this antagonist really wants my main character to focus on a trip that's coming up. She doesn't want her to spend any of her free time outside of school and things like that thinking about anything but this upcoming trip. Okay. And she also is trying to convince her that she's crazy. Now, when you're using this checklist, you want to write as small as possible. I normally type, so writing is always going to be a mess. So I'm going to identify as many issues that my antagonist can put within my story as the story goes along, to put roadblocks in her way. And once I have them, I put them here. Now, once I have as many, I try to have at least 5 or 6. But once I have at least 5 or 6, then I say to myself, okay, at the end, when I'm finished with all of these roadblocks, all of these ups and downs in the story, does my main character get what he or she wants? In this instance, does she discover her powers in the fairy world? And I'm going to say absolutely yes. First of all, I'm going to say yes, goal achieved. Because with these kind of books, generally, you want that. People are reading it to be transformed. So they don't want the story where the person does not, aren't able to identify their powers. So yes, the goal is achieved, but are also the messy traits resolved, whether it be traits and or environment. And the reason this is important is because, but for these things changing, then there is no arc. So if she is continuously in the human world and hasn't found her powers, she's not going to change. If she continues to allow her parents to draw all of her focus on school, she's not going to change. If she remains clueless with her powers, she's not going to change. So I'm going to say messy traits resolved, every last one of them. So I will continue to do this, and I will work this book outline checklist. Say if I'm feeling this, but I want more, I will continue to work this book outline checklist until my story has come into full form, right? And then I will pull out this, and then, which is my chapter checklist, and start going down the line of everything I need to do for each chapter. Writing prompts are an amazing way to give you some focus if you are unclear on what it is you want. I really hope this helps get to writing and understand that you can create any story that you want with focus and organization. The reason why some people are able to make this a success and some aren't is because they aren't organized. Don't let that happen to you. All right, babies, I hope this has been helpful. Again, please like and subscribe and share, and make sure you comment too. I would love to hear from you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.